Hello and welcome to another CreateFuture weekly news catch-up. This week we're being all a bit nuts. It's taken us about 3 goes to get this cracking because we keep bursting out laughing. But we've decided we're not talking about Black Friday this week.
No, we're not.
We're not. What are we talking about, Jess?
Well, I'm going to give you an update on what we've been up to. So last week we ran a hackathon for Prudential, one of our clients, which was awesome. We ran it at Codebase in Edinburgh, and we were looking at a particular marketing problem, and it was brilliant. Teams came up with some amazing ideas and even prototyped Facebook chatbots and all sorts of things. So it was really good. And this week we've kicked off 2 new projects. One digital strategy project for a whiskey brand website, and another tone of voice project for a gaming company. So it's very exciting.
Yeah, brilliant.
Me?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so I'm not going to talk about China's answer to the Amazon Echo. I'm going to talk about Snapchat and Spectacles launch. So we chatted about Spectacles, remember when they launched them. There was a little bit of sniggering from us included. They look quite cheap, and I think we're all still sort of maybe reeling or hurt from the botched launch of Google Glass. And I have to say, actually, over the last weeks, the launch of the Spectacles, as they're called, has been a massive success. What they did was they launched they dropped vending machines in called Snapbots in various locations around Venice Beach near their headquarters, and you could track where these they were going to pop up, and huge crowds we were tracking, and then kind of out of curiosity, and then kind of tracking down where these machines were to buy this $130 pair of spectacles. Then they launched a pop-up shop in New York, and the weather's pretty cold this time of year, but you've had people queuing up all day and overnight to try and get their hands on a pair of spectacles. As a result, I think it's really smart. It's a global launch, and it's got some budget behind it, but it's not on the scale of something like Apple or Sony. But what they've done is they've used scarcity really to drive that kind of the desirability of the products. To the extent where glasses are going from to $1,000 on eBay. It's kind of secondary trade of it, and again that kind of perceived value in the products is generating kind of more interest in it, more demand. So when it goes on general sale, there's already going to be an appetite for the products. And surprisingly, they're reviewing well as well. The tech is reviewing well. I think it's nice they record circular video, so you can turn it sideways, and the quality is kind of quite good. The only downside is it doesn't do live filters, so you can't walk around imagining everybody's got kind of Bambi faces or rainbow tongues, which would have been a nice filter.
Or everyone's just better looking.
Or everybody's just better looking, got their nice filters applied. So I think it's a really, really smart move on their part.
We're loving Snapchat.
You're
not no, we are.
Yeah.
I think we're sitting about 5 to each other today. You're not in the loop.
I know.
What I noticed this week is a little bit more serious. Mark Wilson, CEO of Aviva, was talking at the Marketing Society annual conference. He made a pretty bold statement that there's not a lot of real marketing happening in the UK, and that's obviously a bit of a shock tactic, but he hit on a couple of interesting points. So he said that most marketeers he meets can't articulate why they're winning, what their competitive advantage is, what's important to their customer, and why they as a brand are different. So nice challenge to yourself is to see whether you can answer those 4 questions. And to counteract that in his own business, he has started what he is calling Proposition Tweet, which is that if his team, his marketeers, can't say what the proposition is of their activity and why it will win within 140 characters, then he kills the project.
Right. Wow.
Yeah, pretty interesting. Pretty hard line, but
It's about campaigns and projects in environments like that can often have a habit of growing arms and legs, to the extent and go through iterations, and you forget why you're doing it, and who you're doing it for.
And a lot of there's a lot of talk that as marketing has become so complex with digital, so many channels, where previously it was just create a TV ad, what was your core communication idea, get it out there. As it's become more complex, people are maybe losing sight of why they're doing it, who they're targeting, what the competitive advantage is. So that's us.
That's for another week.
Hope you've all been great. As always, we love feedback, and yeah, do get in touch if you want to know more about any
Follow
products.
the links.
Yes, follow links.